As Unitarian Universalists, we light a flame within a chalice to unite us in our worship, to symbolize our ongoing search for the light of truth, and to reflect our connections with one another and all of creation. In this hour of remembrance, we light this fire to affirm our belief in the power and possibilities of life and love, and as a symbol of the care and support we have in this gathered community. Justin, would you be interested in lighting a chalice? As Justin lights our shared chalice, I invite you to light your home chalice. Please join in our chalice lighting responsive reading, which has been adopted from Christine Robinson. We light this flame as a reminder of the fire of ongoing life. We kindle this flame as a sign of peace, of comfort, and of the strength of the unity.
When I speak about death with children and people of all ages, really, I usually begin with a book called Lifetimes. And in that book, it discusses that each life, each physical life, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Some of those are short, some lives are medium length, and some are very long. But what happens next is as individual in belief as each person. So when I found the book, The Next Place by Warren Hansen, it reminded me of a time when my children were young and we found a bird that had died in our yard. My children were upset and sad, and we spent time blessing the bird and saying goodbye to the bird. And one of the things that my youngest said was, "I'm sorry you are gone. I hope that your next place is wonderful." There are lots of ways to think of what happens to us after we die, and lots of ideas, and no one knows for sure. But I like this one a lot. The Next Place by Warren Hansen. The next place that I go will be as peaceful and familiar as a sleepy Sunday and a sweet, untroubled mind. And yet, it won't be anything like any place I've ever been, or seen, or even dreamed of in the place I leave behind. I won't know where I'm going. I won't know where I've been as I tumble through the always and look back toward the when. I'll glide beyond the rainbows. I'll drift above the sky. I'll fly into the wonder without ever wondering why. I won't remember getting there. Somehow I'll just arrive, but I'll know that I belong there and will feel much more alive than I have ever felt before, for I will be absolutely free of the things that I held on to that were holding on to me. The next place that I go will be so quiet and so still that the whispered song of sweet belonging will rise up to fill the listening sky with joyful silence and with unheard harmonies of music made by no one playing, like a hush upon a breeze. There will be no room for darkness in that place of living light, where an ever-dawning morning brushes back the dying night. The very air will fill with brilliance as the brightly shining sun and the moon and 500,000 stars are married into one. The next place that I go won't really be a place at all. There won't be any seasons, winter, summer, spring, or fall. Nor a Monday, nor a Friday, nor December, nor July. And the seconds will be standing still while hours hurry by. And the me that was impatient or was angry or unkind will simply be a memory, the me I left behind. I will travel empty-handed. There's not a single thing that I've collected that I would ever want to bring, except the love of those who loved me and the warmth of those who cared, the happiness and memories and magic that we shared. Though I will know the joy of solitude, I will never be alone. I'll be embraced by all the family and friends that I have ever known. Although I might not see their faces, all our hearts will beat as one, and the circle of our spirits will shine brighter than the sun. I will cherish all the friendships that I was fortunate to find, all the love, all the laughter in that place I left behind. All these good things will go with me. They will make my spirit glow, and that light will shine forever in the next place that I go.
This reading is Peace, My Heart by Rabindranath Tagore. Peace, my heart, let the time for parting be sweet. Let it not be a death but completeness. Let love melt into memory and pain into songs. Let the flight through the sky end in the folding of the wings over the nest. Let the last touch of your hands be gentle like the flower of the night. Stand still, O beautiful end, for a moment and say your last words in silence. I bow to you and hold up my lamp to light you on your way.
In the reading we just heard, the poet gives us these words of wisdom. Peace, my heart, let the time for parting be sweet. Let it not be a death but completeness, and let love melt into memory and pain into songs. We gather this evening for our annual service of remembrance. It's a time of love and of tears as we remember those whom we love that are gone, our ancestors from both our family and our spiritual communities, recognizing that we are here and this community is here because of them. This is a time to set aside things of the world so that we can do some powerful spiritual and emotional work together. The topic of death might make some of us uncomfortable. Although our culture denies death as much as possible, speaking of it honestly is healthy and can help us grow spiritually as individuals and as a community. In creating a sacred place where we can tell our stories, share our grief, and reconnect with our history, we become more intimate with one another as we offer care, compassion, and understanding. In a world where we are expected to keep our emotions to ourselves, to get over it and move on, to have this place where we acknowledge that grief never truly ends, but is part of living, is to live up to our vision to be a caring, inclusive community. Everyone in this room has experienced a loss of some kind. For some of us, grief may be very fresh with the recent death of a loved one. For others of us, grief has been a long companion. Now in the background of daily life, its edges softened with time. For all of us, through the experience of loss and being present to the loss of others, we are given the opportunity to be more fully human by feeling deeper compassion for ourselves and for others. We will also experience healing through expressing our grief. Grief and loss are normal human feelings, but they can become toxic if they are not worked through and released. Expressing grief helps us stay both physically and emotionally healthy. We are also reminded that life is a short and very precious gift. We shouldn't fear death, but instead, as one writer says, we should fear not living as fully as we can. John O'Donohue wrote, "It is a strange and magical fact to be here, walking around in a body, to have a whole world within you and a world at your fingertips outside you." He goes on to say, "It is an immense privilege, and it is incredible that humans manage to forget the miracle of being here." It is unfortunate how social reality can deaden and numb us so that the mystical wonder of our lives goes totally unnoticed. We are here. We are wildly and dangerously free. When we understand what a gift life is, we are challenged to reprioritize, to ask again what really matters. My late colleague, Forrest Church, wrote about how death helped him to live more fully after finding out his cancer was terminal. He said, "When dying comes calling at the door like a bracing wind, it clears our being of pettiness. It connects us to others. More alert to life's fragility, we reawaken to life's preciousness. We enter the sacred realm of the heart, where the one thing that can never be taken from us, even by death, is the love we give away before we go." It is love which is the heart of our work of remembering this evening. It is love which is at the very core of our grief and our time of remembering. There is beauty in our sadness because it reveals the depths to which each of us is capable of loving and being loved. We're sad because we know that love comes with a high price. We lose those we love. But to deny ourselves the joy of love because we fear loss is to miss out on life's greatest gift, a gift that John Lovejoy Elliott says will live on in spite of death. He wrote, "The anguish of parting cannot destroy this most real of all realities. The love has been, the affection has existed, the ties have been woven. Life has been shared, the joys and the sorrows. This has been as real and strong as anything in life. The love that was once born never dies." And he concludes by saying, "For it becomes a part of us, of our lives, woven into the very texture of our being." Forrest Church goes on to say, "Unless we armor our hearts, we cannot protect ourselves from loss. We can only protect ourselves from the death of love. Yet without love, nothing matters. Break your life into a million pieces and ask yourself what of any real value might endure after you are gone. He says the pieces that remain will each carry love's signature. Without love, we are left only with the aching hollow of regret, that haunting emptiness where love might have been." In this sacred time, let us reflect on this love. Let us remember this love holds us. As we do, let us acknowledge the natural cycle of life and death. Let us remember and honor those who came before us, those who gave us the gift of life and shared life's wondrous, mysterious, and sometimes painful journey with us. May our love and our tears flow freely this evening. May we once again enshrine our loved ones in our hearts and let our pain and sorrow become a song of peace, knowing that they live on in us and that their love for us and our love for them will truly outlast time, death, and even the stars. May it be so.
Now there's only love. There is only love. Only love. Now there's only love. There is only love. Only love.
Let us take time now to remember and to honor and to grieve our loved ones. We remember our parents, our grandparents, and great-grandparents, all the ancestors to whose love and care and sacrifice we owe our very existence, whose DNA literally lives on in us. We remember other family members who have gone before us, spouses, partners, children, siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews, whose love and companionship have made life worth living. We remember our friends and fellow travelers, those whom we have drawn into our circle of life, who have shared the journey with us and continue to guide us on our way. We remember our pets, the animal companions who have enriched our lives and taught us to love and care for all of creation, knowing that our lives are bound together in the interconnected web of all existence. With gratitude, we remember the leaders, members, and friends of this congregation on whose legacy we now build, people who through the years have nurtured and sustained this community that we now hallow with our presence. We remember those who have died because of violence, victims of war. We also call to mind transgender people killed because of intolerance, and people of color who are the victims of racism and injustice. May their memory strengthen in us a call to our work of peace and justice. We now bear witness to the memory of those in this community who have died this last year. Jack Graham. Hale Dodds. I invite us now to bear witness to the memory of our own beloved dead. For those who are attending this service on Zoom, you are welcome to put the names of those you wish to remember in the chat box, and I will read their names. For those of you attending here in person tonight, you are welcome to come forward if you wish and speak the names of your loved ones. I'll ring the bell for each of them.
mom, Lois Radsky.
Jody Matarelli.
Lori Simon, an amazing Yiddish singer and comedian.
Two dear friends, Miss Wanda Faye Culler and Dominique Lewin.
My stepson, David Graham, and my granddaughter, Chelsea Stevens.
Virgil Hayes.
My friend Danny.
My mother, Elizabeth Bond.
My mom, Elizabeth, and my friend Leah. Other beloved members of this community, Harry Noden, Bevan Larry Cole, Ted Venida, Jean Weninger, Cheryl Casper, and Ginger Vaughn.
My parents, Willie Swango and Susan Swango.
On Zoom, Jen Gregg names Mary Greer.
My parents, Elmer and Vi Beckadal, my husband, Ted Benida, my daughter, Dorianne, a dear friend, Sarah.
Edie Grund.
Caroline Arnold.
My grandpa.
Mary Thompson.
Legendary Akron guitarist and friend Denny Coyle.
I'll ring the bell one last time for those we're holding in our hearts that we have not named. I invite us now into a time of silent meditation. Let us remember in silence, with love and tenderness, the loved ones we have named and all those we hold in our hearts whose memories we cherish. In the silence, let us take these moments to offer our gratitude for the gift of their lives and to say thank you in our hearts for their companionship in life. Let us also reassure ourselves that even though their physical presence is gone, through the mystery and power of love, they live on in each of us, for nothing we keep in our hearts can ever be lost. Let's enter silence. May we always remember that they are with us still, and may our beloved dead inspire us to choose the deeper path of living and loving. Now from our chalice, we light a candle in memory of our beloved dead. Let this flame symbolize all human life as well as life itself. This flame is fragile, and it can be extinguished by a gust of air, one of the guises of fate. But even if fate does not end a life unexpectedly, the burning flame will eventually consume the candle. A candle has its allotted time to burn, and so a human life has its allotted time of years to live. Yet while it burns for a short span or a long span of time, it radiates light and heat. Flame kindles flame, life begets life. The glow and heat, the passion of life has passed on, so long after the candle is extinguished or consumed, the fire of life and love still burns. A human life also continues in the lives it has both engendered and influenced. Though the flame of our beloved dead has been extinguished, our memory's eye still sees a person, and our mind remembers the power of their personality, how they walked through their time and world, how their life touched us and shaped our lives. In remembrance and in honor of those we remember tonight, we will light our other candles from the candle we have lit for them. I invite someone who would like to come up and light the candle of community, one of the 4 candles on the bench. Thank you, Lee. We light this candle to signify the community we create. It is good to be together. We need one another in our grief and in our love. The deep loss of death and the accompanying emotion of grief are best comforted by being together. Friendly faces, kindly touches, warm embraces, gentle words, or no words at all convey shared empathy. We also seek together a meaning in which all things are understood. Death has a strange way of sorting out the essentials of life and living, and we see clearly through our tears what really matters: family, and the extended family that includes friends, and our spiritual community, this community where we find belonging and acceptance are what matter. Invite someone to come up and light the next candle, the candle of grief. We light this candle to acknowledge those who are grieving. We can't make amends for your loss, but we can give you the promise that we will walk quietly beside you, hearing your words, seeking to understand the depth of your loss and the pain of your grief, and giving you encouragement and support to continue living. We pray for the healing gifts of courage, wisdom and thanksgiving, courage to accept the reality of the death of those we love, wisdom that life and death, joy and sorrow are intimately woven together, thanksgiving, gratitude to celebrate the life of those we love. James Martineau said, "We have a human right to our sorrow. To blame the deep grief which bereavement awakens is to censor all strong human attachment. The more intense the delight in their presence, the more poignant the impression of their absence. And you cannot destroy the anguish unless you forbid the joy. A morality which rebukes sorrow rebukes love." Would someone come light the next candle, please? This is a candle for the mystery of life and death. We light this candle to honor the mystery of life. Shakespeare wrote, "We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our life is rounded with a sleep." In awe and wonder, our thoughts leap from understanding to understanding about a human life and the mystery of where we come from when we are born, as well as where we go when we die. Eustace Hayden wrote, "At a time like this, we are often blinded by loss, so that death wears too much mystery. Yet it is no more than return to our home in nature. Life is the real mystery, hidden from us because the veil of familiarity covers our eyes. That fragments of materials of the earth should grow into forms of beauty, feel love and joy and sorrow, become a temple of ideas and dreams, send thought messages out through all the reaches of space and time, mold meanings and patterns of beauty into the lives of others, and gather the threads of friendship, devotion, admiration, and loyalty from hearts, to weave for themselves garments of happiness. This is the marvelous mystery, the supreme achievement of time and nature." And if someone would come forward to light one final candle. And so we light a final candle for love, the love for life and its mysterious but sure source, which many of us name God, the love our beloved dead had for us, the love we have for them, and the love that brings us together. As John Lovejoy Elliott said, "The anguish of parting cannot destroy this most real of all realities. The love has been, the affection has existed, the ties have been woven, life has been shared, the joys and the sorrows. This is as real and strong as anything in life." I'd like to invite you to join in singing the hymn, "Comfort Me."
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing
For this responsive reading, read the parts in italics. It's We Remember Them, adapted from the Gates of Prayer by Roland Gittleson. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds, in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us, as we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us, as we remember them.
I want to thank everyone again for being here this evening to join in this time of remembering. Now to bring our service to its close, would you join me in extinguishing the chalice? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth,
the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. May we carry these in our hearts and minds until we are together again.
To
These are the words of Reverend Judith Anderson. Remember us, you who are living, restore us, renew us, speak our silence, tell our stories, continue our work. Bless the breath of life, sing of the mysteries, write your heart in the stars, dance the hidden patterns, weave the web of love.
Now, as we invite love to melt into memory and pain into songs, and we remember and give thanks for our beloved dead, for their lives and for the gift of our lives, may we go forth in peace to sing of the mysteries, to weave a web of love, and to continue our work together. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen.